the big box, Fandango and Problem, and private equity sort of breathing down their neck. It's a weird thing right now being a gigantic box store. Any store, we're going to talk about lots of them, not just the holy red one that we all know and love. But it sort of connects to that. So, big boxes. Joann Fabrics.
Big boxes, dude.
Bed Bath & Beyond. Kohl's. Best Buy. And of course, the beloved Guitar Center.
Whew, the biggest box of all. You know what I mean?
The biggest box. Whoop up. I think Skylar was saying about, never mind.
Box, dude.
Yeah, it was disturbing. At the Ingles parking lot, which we love Ingles, by the way, and we love the owner of Ingles. Great family. So if you haven't been doing Ingles,
Bobby
go to
Ingles, I love you.
All the way, on point. Check out the ones up in the mountains, they're the best.
Yes.
Okay, so these big boxes have been around since like the 90s,
Yep.
and some a little bit before, obviously. But we think of their golden age: Circuit City, gone.
Dude.
Radio Shack, doomed.
So, Circuit City, hang on one second. Circuit City was dope. I went
was
into
dope.
them up until the age of 7.
No, they were set up to, the Best Buy should not have been able to kick their butts, but somehow they let the ball slip.
That wall of TVs, dude.
Joann Fabrics gone. Kohl's is struggling hard. Best Buy, no, not Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond is struggling hard right now too, and just disappearing left
They
and
can
right.
disappear. I'm sorry.
I mean, it is. I always hated that store.
Yeah, Bed Bath Beyond, lame.
It was like storage stores. I'm like,
I went into Bed Bath & Beyond, and I always was just like, what is here? What am I looking at?
So,
They had pillows the size of people.
I know. So they're all owned by private equity groups, which all private equity is not evil.
Yeah, it is.
Shh, I winked. It was supposed to be.
I don't care. I said it.
No, it's like when we have one friend who works for private equity, he's not evil.
He's evil. I like you, but you're evil. You're a monster.
No, but it's and if you do work for private equity, we're just having a little fun with you right here. There's a time and place, but there's also a huge, like, if you buy it at the wrong time. God, I was looking at what like Ares Capitals owns. Like, it's insane. Like the amount of companies they own, and like it was something like $370 billion under management. It's like, wrap your
It's
head
not a
around it.
monopoly.
It's not a monopoly because they own everything. Wait a minute.
It's not evil.
There's Leonard Green and Partners, which own Joann Fabrics, which just announced its closures and bankruptcies, and so they're gone right now. So Ares owns what? And Bain Capital is Bain was the owner of Guitar Center back in the 2008 transition when the economy crashed. They bought it for $1.2 billion, sort of in debt structuring, and then everything went haywire with the economy, and they had to eat shorts for a bit. Now they are owned by Ares Capital, but Bain Capital is still slightly involved, I think, as a seat on the board and has a small ownership position.
All these places just have evil names. Okay, I want to take a second to say Bain Capital, Ares Capital. Like, none of these make me feel like.
You know who owns all these? Umbrella Corp.
I mean, might as well.
It's based out of Raccoon City, and it's a wonderful little town filled with zombies and death monsters.
Might as well.
No, so our whole thought on this, like now, so Guitar Center, we actually love Guitar Center. Like,
Yes.
for like,
We love going. We go all the time.
We love Sam Ash. We're still devastated about that. I don't want to talk about it. I still get upset when I think about Sam Ash.
Sammy Ash, dude. Love you, dude.
I love the man. I love the store. I'm sad it's gone. But anyway, we like Guitar Center. We think it needs to exist. It's important for our manufacturers. It's important for the community. It's important for guitar players as a whole.
Yeah.
Problem is Umbrella Corporation owns them, and there's a huge debt structure. But this is the real thing we were looking at. They're all sort of, the people from these industries keep kind of becoming CEOs or VPs or corporate chair heads of our companies we love, like GC, like they hire from within this retail market saturated product built in the 90s.
Baxter, it's because they really care. They really care. And that's why they came to the company, because they said, I really care.
I don't think that's true.
What?
I know. I don't think that's true. I think they do. They care.
They're doing it for the money?
I think there's a little bit of that. Well, that's the thing. Like, Derek and I, we were all just talking before we started rolling. Like, is the guitar business so niche that it needs to have? I don't know. I don't want to like pigeonhole, but like, do you have to be a guitar player? Like, or a musician? I like to think yes, in a strange way. There has to be a musical soul.
Yes, I think
to come and understand this industry.
I'm going to speak from a fantasy world here for a second, because I think in a magical, perfect world that would be the case. But I do kind of believe that once you get into those roles, it's not about being inspired by the brand and leading the brand in a way that is going to be successful because you believe in the products of the brand. I think it is more set into the idea that some of these guys jump into it thinking that they're Captain America or Superman and that they're going to save this dive bombing plane by yanking up on it really quick and making it a huge success and making a great name for themselves. That is the wrong reason to get into a business.
That's maybe one. I also think that it's just a job for some. Like, because you transition, you pivot.
Sure.
And it's like, going from, selling sprockets to washing machines to guitars. Sometimes it's not different. And that's where, God, we're just
I'm a
idiots.
peddler of sorts.
No, but I feel like exactly, but I feel part of the reason Casino Guitars has had a semblance of success along this really long and bumpy road of our lives is that we eat, breathe, and sleep guitars.
Yeah.
Like Sean and I were here till 11:30 last night.
Yep.
Like unpacking guitars and resetting the showroom, and a guy called at 9:45 last night, answered the phone. He's like, "What are you doing there?" I'm like, "Why are you calling at 9:45 on Sunday?"
And showing up a couple hours before to be pumped about it and run the shop, like
it's
we do.
fun.
All that.
But we love it.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, I was gonna say I think maybe from the early days even, I've always held this sentiment, and I've told you this. A business is only as strong as the heart, and I think the heart is the owner of that business who truly believes in what they're doing. If they don't believe in what they're doing, it is going to fail. And if they try to remove themselves from that business because they want a money printing machine, it is going to fail.
And now
That's just me.
I agree with a lot of that, but we're not saying like, if you're not a guitar player, you can't work in the industry, or if you're not like a, but in the same way, like if you're not a doctor, you probably shouldn't work at the hospital.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't be cutting open people's chest if you're not a surgeon, right?
No, but I do like the idea of infusing fresh talent into new design stuff, fresh talent into new ideas at the shop. There has to be a passion and a love for music. You might not. Here's the caveat too. You might not even have to be a musician, but you have to be obsessed with music.
Yeah.
You have to be obsessed with the art of the history of it, the creation of it.
Yes.
Like the idea of just like the fabric of how important music was in the rock and roll society of America, and how that spread to the world with all of its tentacles and like created branches of freedom in communist-run countries. And like when you think of Billy Joel having a fit in the USSR, and like, or Metallica playing in the Soviet Union type style, like USSR or Russia. It wasn't the Soviet Union at that point. I think it was Russia. But like one of the biggest crowds ever assembled.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Metallica's peak too.
Yes.
It's probably Black Album time.
Over 1 million people.
And Russians. How awesome is that?
Yes.
Some of the most beautiful women in the world, mixed with those crazy, scary men.
Well, that's why we should all come together.
Yes, I know, God, because they're beautiful. God, they're beautiful. No, so it's but I like the idea of like, when you're talking about design and stuff, I like when like, somebody comes in out of like the blue, for let's say somebody works at Fender, has these cool ideas because he's not a pedal maker, but he had these weird out of the box ideas. Now he designs this whole line of pedals for Fender or something because that's cool.
It is. Well, it's like getting back to that idea of the early music industry as a whole, where they're just taking a chance. They're like, that sounds cool. I like this.
Yeah, like guys in suits. Like,
yes.
Let's give it a shot. Let's see if the kids like it.
Exactly. I like that stuff.
But this pivots back to like, these foundations, these businesses were built on a pre-internet period. I mean, that's all obviously been around for decades now at this point, so it's changed, but the structure was built there. It's like government structures. Like some of them are just archaic and can go away. It's like some businesses are going away right now as we see it, and these giant 30,000 square foot spaces might not.
Yep.
How do you pay the rent? Like when we were looking at numbers, and like we have a video on that too, go back and watch it about what a guitar shop actually makes and how much you sell. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes you sell a pack of strings. Sometimes we sold as much as Sam Asher Guitar Center in the same week, as a small shop. But then some, not Guitar Center Nashville or Hollywood. We could retire.
Yeah.
Like,
be nice.
Done. We won't retire. We're
Done.
going to be buried at the guitar shop. I have plans to be stuffed here.
It'd be good. In the corner. By that point in time, I think they'll be able to like mimic the body to the point that it's like we could have you have a catchphrase,
Well, zowie.
Exactly.
That guitar's a great deal. Well, zowie.
Some stuff Baxter would say.
Well, zowie.
Just movie quotes come out every once in a while. Did you know that? It's like, what the hell is that?
I do love when like movie conversations come up and people don't know I'm like a movie guy.
You jump in deep.
Well, I'll let it go from there. I'm like, well, da 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 da. Because I find the whole creation of movies fascinating too, and just like I was reading about this stuff last night with The Sound of Music, and just like when they had like the beautiful You know, the beautiful "I am 16" going on. It's like when the first scene they shot in that movie was her climbing in through the window, soaking wet from being outside meeting with them. So they had to like spray her with hoses outside that she caught on this fake set. Like she's soaked and like, she's gorgeous. They had to dye, you know, our main. Yeah, it's I know, sorry. She's probably dead now, but she's unbelievable.
God.
You know, and another funny fact, I think Kurt Russell auditioned to be one of the children. Is that not funny?
Yeah, he did. He was
Kurt
like,
Russell
wait,
was a
she's
Von
soaked?
Trapp. No, he would have been like 6. But
Exactly. He's like,
so
she's
cool.
soaked.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
I'm sorry.
We did start watching Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen it. You and Skylar
Yeah,
have
my
seen it
own lady
before.
loves it. She's all about it.
That's a good show. I saw
a
the
good
first
show.
like 2 episodes or something while we were working.
What's the movie that won against Titanic in '98? You said it the other day, and I was trying to remember to say to Skylar because I was picking on you a little bit. I was like, Baxter knows all these crazy facts.
Against
Yeah, they won the whatever
picture?
it was. Yeah.
Are you talking about the Saving Private Ryan year? That was '99, where
Yeah.
Shakespeare in Love won.
Yeah, and all those movies came out that we all know and love. And
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
Titanic actually did win Best Picture, as it should have.
Yeah.
But no, in Saving
must have been
Private
Saving
Ryan
Private Ryan.
should have won
That's what
Best
I'm
Picture.
thinking
We
of.
all know that.
Yes,
And
we all know that. I'm like, what? I don't even know the other movie you said. I'm like,
Shakespeare in Love, exactly. That's a ridiculous movie. But it's kind of like Coles. Like, what is Coles? I'm so confused.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
No, but it's no, but anyway, I think we're done at this point. Let me know what you think. It's a fascinating thing to see if like can these big I feel like it's got to survive. They just got to pivot. They got to shut down some of the shops that they have. Maybe
I think it will. I think it's just going to have to be a shift in mindset, you know, and it could happen.
I wanted to go back to like the late '90s and early 2000s though, where it's like dudes with chain wallets and the bowling type shirts, Guitar Center shirts, smoking cigarettes out front, where you had to feel really tough to walk in there. I want that feeling again, where it's sort of like, you know, that was awesome. I thought it was cool. It's like, oh my God, those are the cool kids at high school. Like they're all like 40-year-old men, but those are the cool kids. And I
Those guys are still there. They're just like, you know,
yeah,
it's not as cool.
Shush, it's awesome. I liked it. I thought it was cool because you look at me, oh my God, you guys are so cool. And like it is. It's like, you know, it's like the guys in Clerks.
I was gonna say it
Jane,
sounds
Silent
very
Bob.
Clerks-like.
Yeah, you didn't get to experience that as much. It was a golden era of just lots of cigarette smoke and.
Now I go in and some dude behind the register, he's like, I don't know what that is.
Darn
What are
it.
you talking about? And I'm
That's
like,
not how it is. Okay, sometimes it
thanks,
is.
dude.
Sometimes it is.
I set that up myself. I was like, is that why it's
One of
this
my
bad?
favorite GCs I went to in the past few years was up in Detroit. There was one near the airport that Derek and I went to when we were going up there.
Yeah.
That was a cool GC. That was really.
I like the Raleigh GC.
That was
I'll
great,
tell
too.
you, let me just, and I know we're supposed to be over now, but if there's anything to say, just simple change. Get rid of the shirts, dude. Like, let those people dress up in cool stuff. I don't know, like I don't like looking at a dude in a polo and it says like Guitar Center on it, and then he's like,
I disagree. I think zoot suits. What they need to be wearing.
something. Give them jumpsuits.
Daddy. I want I want swingers type style.
I just want them to look
Dude,
cool.
onesies.
Yeah, that's what I
Guitar
mean.
Center. If you work at
Jumpsuits and
Guitar
onesies.
Center, Guitar Center onesies. That's what we need.
It would be so cool if they looked like they worked on an airplane. And it was like a mechanic, like a jumpsuit. you
I
know,
saw a
like-
dude at the guitar show the other day wearing a onesie, like with shorts.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's hilarious. I kind of want a onesie now.
Yeah, dude.
Just when I have to like go to the bathroom, take all of my clothes off.
Bring it back.
Click like, subscribe.
Hit the friggin' bell.
Thanks for joining us. Peace be with you.